welcome back to our last class, class number 4. This is a combination of a yoga class and kind of a physical therapy session for low back pain. So we'll do some breath work, some stretches, some strengthening drills for your core and your hips and glutes, and then a little yoga flow and long stretch at the end. So for today's class, you'll need a bolster at the end, and then you'll need access to a wall and a chair. So grab that stuff and we'll get started. So you can move your chair out of the way for now. And then place your wall or your mat kind of up against the wall. And you're going to scoot your hips facing the wall and plant your feet there. You can use a pillow under your head if you need. So I want your hips and knees at a 90-degree angle. And just kind of take more of a passive approach here. So we're not really pressing strong through our heels or anything. I want you to put one hand on your belly. Let's put our left hand on our belly and our right hand on our chest. And we're going to work through 5 or 10 breaths of that diaphragmatic breathing. So think about lifting your belly into your left hand, but keeping the right hand relatively steady and stable. Feeling your obliques rise up towards your thighs on an inhale and then drop down on an exhale. 2 more breaths. And then now I want you to pull your feet down energetically. So don't actually let them move down the wall, but we're going to engage our hamstrings on the back of our legs by just gently tugging down. And do 5 more breaths. Heels pull down, belly rises up. Hug your knees into your chest. And just take a little roll side to side or back and forth. Now put your feet in the same position. And this time, lift your tailbone off the mat. So we're tucking our pelvis under. You should really feel your core engage here. And then you're still energetically pulling your heels down. Do 5 slow, deep breaths. And then hug your knees into your chest again, roll from side to side. And then roll on to left or right, sit on up. That's it for the wall for now, but we will revisit that. So place your chair wherever you want. And then grab a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. I forgot mine. So I have been using tennis balls in a sock, but today I'm going to use a lacrosse ball, and you're just going to sit in the chair. And then place the ball underneath your hamstring. So on the back side of your thigh. And you can just roll your leg from side to side. Find an area that needs some attention, but don't smush it to death. You can also, I think this feels really good, to bend and straighten your knee. Kind of like a little massage here. So spend a minute or 2 on this leg, moving that ball up and down. Side to side. You can swivel your foot in and out. You can move it back towards your sit bone more. Ooh, it's a little more intense, so do what you need to do. You can also change to a tennis ball if that part's too intense, which I might do. And keep breathing. Find one more spot to work on this right leg. And then switch sides. So remove it, go on over to the left side, and just explore here. Again, you can stay totally still if the movement doesn't serve you right now. Otherwise, try to bend and straighten your knee. A little more tension on the muscle belly, or you can swivel your ankle in and out. And then start to move back towards your sit bone. So I'm going to switch to my tennis balls for that. And then find one more spot, maybe hang tight, just stay still in one more spot. 5 more breaths. And then take out your props. I think that's all we need them for, so you can put them aside. And then we're going to move into some sciatic nerve gliding or flossing. So from your seated posture, I just want you to slouch forward, and then straighten out your right knee until you feel kind of a sensation on the back of your leg. So it shouldn't be too painful or burning, but might be a little bit of discomfort or a little change in sensation. So once you find that spot, back off of it. So bend your knee more, and then I want you to pump your ankles, so kind of gas pedal up and down with your toes 10 times. Good, and then you can think about straightening out your knee a little more, so not to the point of extreme discomfort, but slouch your head down and then do 10 more pumps. And then lift back up through your spine. And then we're going to do, as we straighten our knee, we're going to drop our head back. So do that, and then bend your knee and flex your head forward. Let's do this 10 times. Straighten the knee, look up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, look down at your legs. Do 5 more. This is good for those of you who may have some pain, like through the backside of your piriformis or glutes. That runs down your leg. Okay, and for the last variation, it's similar. So as we straighten our knee, we'll look up towards the ceiling. And then as we bend our knee, let's point our toes, and my chair's a little short, but try to tuck them behind you as you slouch. So it's kind of a combination. Straighten the knee, look up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, point the toes, foot behind you, slouch down. Straighten and look up. Bend and slouch down. And we'll just do 2 more. But feel free to pause the video and work on these more if this is something that specifically helps you. Good, and then we'll switch sides. So nice upright posture, and then actually don't, so slouch it down. Straighten out your left knee, find that area of your threshold, back off, so bend the knee a little more, and then do 10 ankle pumps, pointing your toes up and down. And my ankle literally cracks every time, so I'm gonna not do that for you, but I'll pretend like I'm doing it. Good, and then maybe straighten out your knee a little more, so come closer to your threshold, slouch down, and then do 10 more ankle pumps. So you might have started here with your knee very bent, and then maybe you're about halfway now. Everyone's a little bit different. Should be about halfway there. Move your toes more than I am. Good, and then sit up. As we straighten our knee, we're gonna look up towards the ceiling. As we bend our knee, we're gonna look down towards our legs. We'll do 10 of these. Halfway there. Keep your strong, slow breath. Good, last one. And then now we'll do kind of a combination of the two. So as you straighten your left knee, look up towards the ceiling. As you bend your knee, slouch down, point your toes back behind you. Again, it's a little helpful if you have a slightly taller chair. We'll just do 5 of these. Straighten the knee, look up. Bend the knee, point the toes behind you, slouch down. 2 more. All right, wiggle through your legs, shake it out if you need. Then we're gonna work on opening up our thoracic spine into rotation. So you can scoot forward, whatever you need to do, plant your feet on the ground, have your sit bones nice and even, your pelvis faces forward. And then I want you to just put your hands either at heart center or cross them over your shoulders like this. And you're gonna rotate over to the right. So the twist is happening from above the belly button. And take 3 breaths here. So we're actively bringing our body into that rotation. Good, and now I want you to use the back of your chair and put your left hand on the outside of your right thigh to twist open more. So this is more of a passive variation. Peel your right shoulder open. Take 3 breaths. You might hear some cracks and pops. And then now I want you to stay where your chest is, but release your hands. So you're further into that twist, but you're using your own muscles to maintain it. 3 breaths. Good, slowly come back to center and we'll move to the other side. Cross your arms over in front of each other, hands on your shoulders, and then twist from above your belly button so that your chest peels open to the left. Hold for 3 breaths. Spine is nice and tall. Good, now place your right hand on the outside of your left thigh, your left hand behind you on the chair to prop you open more. We're trying to fix our internet, so if you hear any funny sounds, that's what's going on. And by we, I mean my husband. Good, and then keep your chest where it is, and then release your hands. You can bring them back over your chest. One more breath. Good. And then shake out your shoulders, do a little shimmy. Let's just do a couple passive, so rotate over to your right. You can use the chair to prop you open. Exhale, center, inhale, twist over to the left. Exhale, center, 2 more on each side. Inhaling to expand. Exhaling, come slowly back through center. One more. Nice. All right, and from here, we're gonna move into a little bit of glute and core and groin adductor strengthening. So this whole area, we're gonna get stronger. It depends on the height of your chair, but let's work into some little single leg squats or pistol squats or sit to stands with one leg, whatever you wanna call them. So let's start with our right leg planted, and you're just gonna lean forward and then push up through that right heel. Straighten up all the way, and then slowly control back down, keeping your knee tracking relatively over your toes. Try not to let that knee cave in. We'll do a couple more of these. Slow and controlled. This is working a lot through your quad and through your glute. Good. Let's do 3 more. I know these seem really boring and easy, but take them slower or move to a lower depth chair. Keep your pelvis facing forward. And we'll do 1 more. Okay, give that right leg a break. Let's switch sides. So plant through your left foot. Right knee straightens, and then lean forward, push through your ball of your left foot and your left heel. Straighten that knee, stand up, stick your booty back and lower back down. 1. As slow and controlled as you can. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Slow and controlled. I like to inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. Nice job. Now, I forgot to say this, but if that is too hard to just do it on one leg, place your other toe tips down so you're kind of using both legs, but this one is really just a kickstand and you're doing most of the work through the leg behind you. So let's do 1 more set of those. We'll go with our right leg now. So go ahead and do a little squat, sit to stand, back down. If you're having trouble with your balance, make sure your toes are super wide. If you need to make this easier, you could put a pillow underneath your booty so that your hips are lifted higher. If you need to make it harder, again, find a lower surface to do it from. Good, that was 5 on this side. Switch over to your left and go with your own breath. So I like to inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. Keeping that knee nice and wide. We got 1 more. Okay, release your legs, shake them out, and then pick up your chair in whatever way you find safe and turn it to face the front of your mat. So it's at the back, and then go ahead and grab like a shirt or a towel or something soft to put on your chair. So we're gonna work through a really tough adductor and groin and core strengthener. If this is way too hard for you, please just do another set of those single leg squats. These are called adductor planks. So place a soft surface on your chair. You're gonna come into a side plank, but your top leg is gonna be resting on the chair. So root through, let's have the right foot on the chair, root through your left fingertips, your left knuckles, And then lift your pelvis up so your hips are in a nice straight line. So from here, you can place your right hand overhead or on your hip, and then lift your left leg off the ground. Now this is plenty of work, but if you want, you can do little pulses, bringing your left foot down and up. Do 5 to 10 of those. Body is nice and strong. Breath is stable. We'll do 5 more. Lift your hips a little higher. I know these are so tough. Good. And then release down. Your inner thigh is probably crying. You can give a little shake out here, and then we'll switch sides. So turn and face the other way. Put your left foot on the chair. Root through your right fingertips, and then lift your hips up. Get your left hand positioned where is comfortable for you, and then lift your right leg towards the chair. So this is enough, or we can work through 5 to 10 pulses. Lift your left hip a little higher. Good job, release. Now, so you can do those single leg squats if that's too hard, or you can still work on your adductor strength by laying on your side and just pulsing your bottom leg up towards the ceiling. Doing these little leg lifts, that works too. Take a breather, we're gonna do one more set. Oh, those are hard. So let's go on our right side, right foot up, left hand down, and then lift your pelvis, lift your right foot. I'm gonna stay stable for this one, but feel free to add in those pulses. And then take a breather, we'll switch sides. This is actually a really good exercise for injury prevention for athletes, especially for groin strains. So if you want to add it into your little routine, it would be a good one. Left foot on the chair, right hand down, lift your hips up, lift your right leg up, and hold. 5 breaths. Bring your inner thighs closer together. Good. Release down. Shake it out. You won't need your shirt or towel anymore, so you can toss that to the side. So we're actually done with our chair, and we need our whole mat, so move your chair to the side as well. All right. You can pull your mat out towards the middle. We're going to come to the wall for a few things. So I want your feet about hip width distance apart. And just find your Tadasana or your mountain pose here. Soft, soft bend in your knees. Shoulders rolled up, back and down. And then I want your heels about a half step away from the wall. Not too far. And you're going to lean back into the wall. So you should be making contact with the back of your skull, the back of your shoulders, and then your glutes. And then we're going to work through segmental flexion. So this is similar kind of to those spinal cars that we did in tabletop in the last class. So I want you to just think about moving one segment at a time. So first, your chin is going to tuck towards your chest. And then roll one spinal segment off the wall at a time. Until you get to this area where your low back naturally arches. So that's your stopping point. And you're going to slowly plant each vertebra back on the wall. And extend through your neck. So we'll do a couple of these. Take your time, move with your own breath. This one's kind of a hard one to see. But as long as you feel it, feel like you're doing the right thing, then just stick with that. do 2 more. Slowly curl and round forward, chin to chest, upper back, mid back, until you get to your low back, and then we'll just rise back up again. Last one here. Good, and then let's just do 2 or 3 reps where we incorporate our lower spine into that as well, if that feels okay for you. So same motion at first, lowering down. And if you can, just do a forward flexed hold here, and then come back up. Try to plant each spinal segment back on the wall. Let's do 2 more of those. Hopefully encourages you to really flex into this lower spine part that might get neglected. Usually that's in more of an extended angle or posture. But let's get it moving in both directions. Really crunch your hip points towards your ribs. And then back up. And then turn to face the side, so your right side body is at the wall, and we're gonna move into some dynamic leg swings. So let your leg be really loose and free. You should feel this on your fascial line on the lateral side of your leg, the outside of your leg. We'll do about 10 or 15. Kind of a good warm up too, before you run or lift or anything. Good, and then face the front. We're gonna do side to side. So instead of front to back, you're gonna bring your left leg over to the side and back again. Do about 10 or 15. Remember, it's really important to strengthen and open up through your hips, your hamstrings, so that your low back does not have to overcompensate. Good, and then face the left side of your wall. Swing your right leg front and back. You can also feel this on the back of your leg as well. Do a couple more. Good, and your toes should be pointed up for those. Face the front again, swing your right leg over in front of your left and back again. Feel this a ton on the outside of my leg. Good, all right, now we're gonna move into our flow. So get your mat ready. Stand at the top of your mat. Root through all 4 corners of your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, side bend over to the right. So grab your left wrist with your right hand and open up through your left ribs. For our first round, we'll stay for a couple breaths. Good, back to center. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, over to the left side bend. Back to center. Inhale, cactus your arms. So we're creating a goalpost 90-degree angle as you press your left heel back towards the back wall and extend through that left hip. Exhale, curl knee to chest, round your spine, elbows touch. Inhale this dancer pose prep again. And then exhale, plant your left foot behind you, angle it at 45 degrees. Warrior 1, sweep your arms overhead. Hips are neutral. One more breath. Roll your shoulders down. And then turn to face the long edge of your mat. Toes are in, heels are out. Inhale, lift through your spine. Exhale, fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Feel all that space in your low back. Let your torso hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. point your heels in and your toes out. Bend through your knees and come into goddess or horse pose. So it's a nice, wide, deep squat. Place your hands on your thighs. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, drop your left shoulder to the middle of the mat, look over to the right. Inhale, goddess. Exhale, goddess with a twist over to the left, right shoulder drops. This is one of my favorite things to do. Inhale through center. Exhale, left shoulder drops. Stay active through your legs by energetically pulling your heels in towards each other. Twist to the left. One more on each side, move with your breath. Inhale to extend, exhale to deepen through your twist. Good. Now find your way facing the back of your mat. Point your left toes forward, drop your right knee down. So we're coming into this low lunge. Now keep your back toes tucked. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. And exhale, you're gonna plant your hands, rise up, straighten through both knees and come into a pyramid variation. Back heel remains lifted. Inhale, halfway lift through your spine. And exhale, fold. Hang out here for an extra breath. Nice hamstring stretch for the back of your left leg. And then drop your right knee, bend into your left knee again. Sweep your arms overhead into your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, straighten through your knees, plant your fingertips. Option to use a block on either side as well. If you need more space, fold into pyramid. Good. Now bend softly into your left knee. Find your way to the top of your mat, and we'll do the other thing on the other, or the same thing on the other side. So inhale, sweep your arms overhead. And exhale, bend over to the right. Grasp your left wrist. Open up through your left rib space. Center, stretch long. And then exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands down. And then we're going to come into our cactus arms, pressing our heel, extending our right leg back behind us. Lifting through our chest. Exhale, curl and round everything in, knee towards forehead. Inhale, cactus your arms, dancer prep. And then exhale, plant your right foot back at a 45-degree angle, warrior one. Bend into your left knee, hip points face forward. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. And then roll your shoulder blades down your back. Sink deeper into that left leg lunge here. Feel the stretch through your right calf. One more breath. Pick up your ribs on the inhale. And close your ribs down on your exhale. Now turn to face the long edge of your mat again. Point your toes in, your heels out, and then find a nice wide forward fold. Opening up space through your low back. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. And exhale, drop your torso heavy. Breathe in and breathe out. Turn your toes out and your heels in. Bend deeply into your knees and find your low goddess squat. Hands at heart center at first. Crown of your head lifts, and then place your hands on your thighs. And then on your next exhale, drop your right shoulder towards the center of your mat. Look over to the left. Inhale, extend back to center. Exhale, twist over to the right as your left shoulder drops. 2 more on each side with your breath. Inhaling to extend. Exhaling to twist deeper. One more on each side. Good. Now your right toes will face towards the front of your mat. Drop your left knee down. We're going to find Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So keep your left toes planted. Sink your hips down towards the mat. Open up through the front of your left hip. And then if it feels okay, you can sweep your arms overhead and find a little back bend. But don't force it if it doesn't. Engage slightly through your left glute. And then straighten through both knees. Plant your fingertips down. And then lean forward into a pyramid pose. Back heel remains lifted. Stretching through the back of your hamstring on the right side. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Good. Drop your knee down, your left knee bend into your right knee. Sweep your arms overhead, low lunge. Big inhale, and then exhale, pyramid pose. Fold over your straight right leg. Soft bend in your right knee, step forward to the top of your mat, and then rise up to Tadasana. So we'll do that flow one more time, just one breath per movement, a little quicker. So inhale, sweep your arms overhead, stretch long. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center, stretch your fingertips long. Exhale, hands at heart center. Now cactus your arms out to the side. Press your left heel back, extend through your left hip. Heart opener, and then exhale, curl everything forward, round in, knee to forehead. Inhale, dancer prep again. And then exhale, plant your left foot back, 45 degrees, warrior one. Rotate your left hip forward, sweep your arms overhead. Stay for one breath, deepen into your lunge. Turn your toes in, face the long edge of your mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Toes out, heels in, goddess pose, rise up. Exhale, hands on your thighs. Inhale, crown of your head lifts high. Exhale, drop your left shoulder, twist open to the right. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, twist over to the left. Two more on each side with your own breath. So good for opening up through your thoracic spine. Good. Now, face your left toes to the top of your mat. Drop your right knee down. Sweep your arms overhead. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Open through your chest. Back bend if you want. Exhale, straighten both knees. Plant your fingertips, pyramid pose, fold over your left leg. Inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Arms sweep overhead. Exhale, fold into pyramid. Step to the top of your mat gently, and then rise up to Tadasana. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, side bend over to your left, open up through your right side ribs. Inhale through center, stretch long. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale, reach it long again, tuck your tailbone under. Exhale, hands at heart center. Cactus your arms out to this side, press your right heel back. Dancer prep, open through your chest. Exhale, round and curl everything in. Balancing on your left foot. Inhale, dancer prep, open through your chest, extend your right hip. And then exhale, plant your right foot down 45 degrees. Warrior one. Roll your right hip forward. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. And exhale, sit into your lunge. Turn your toes to face the wide edge of your mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, straight spine. And exhale, fold. Toes out, heels in, rise up to goddess pose. Deepen your squat. Exhale, hands on your knees. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, drop right shoulder, look over to the left. Inhale, center. Try to do what feels good in your body, so don't crank and don't force yourself to find any cracks or pops. Just go to the limits that your body tells you to. Steady, strong breath. Inhale through center. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other way. Right toes face forward, drop your left knee, stay on the ball of your left foot, and then inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Low lunge, sink your hips down. Back bend if you wish. Exhale, pyramid, straighten into both knees. Fold over your right leg. Inhale, low lunge. Open up through the front of your left hip. Exhale, pyramid, open up to the back of your right hamstring. Soft bend in your right knee, step forward, and just hang out in a forward fold for a second. You can bend into your knees as much as you need. And then roll up your spine, one segment at a time. Good. Shake it out, roll it out. That's our little vinyasa. Now we're going to finish with 2 stretches. So I want you to find your bolster or pillow. First we'll do just a wide-legged forward fold. So sit down on your butt. And you can also use a block if that's handy for you. So inhale, we'll find length through our spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Again, part of the fold, it should come from your hips and part of it should come from your back. So if this is early in the day for you, or if you're just not super open to your hips, please prop onto as much as you need. You can also use your hands underneath you. If you don't need that, you can start to lower onto your forehead, reaching your hands out to the side, holding onto your big toes. Send breath into the back of your kidneys. Let yourself melt heavily into this stretch. As you open up more, you can remove one of your props. Drop your shoulders from your ears. 2 more full breaths. Now, if you like to be flexion-based or prefer that rounding of your low spine, you can stay in this fold. Otherwise, we'll end with 1 more stretch at the wall. This part's always a little bit awkward, but I want you to place your bolster up against the wall and shimmy your hips onto it. So it takes a little finagling to get there. I don't think there's a graceful way to do it, but if you know of any, let me know. And then we're gonna lay down onto our backs. So legs up the wall, but hips are supported on a bolster. Not as much rounding through the low back. If your legs feel like they're holding on too much, you can also just bend them into a squat-ish position here. Letting your belly fill the space between your inner thighs. And then dropping down again. Let's do 3 more breaths. You can stay here longer. Feel free to end the video here. But if you're ready, roll onto your left or right side. And then come to a seated posture at the front of your mat. Cross your legs, place your hands on your knees. We'll take one more big inhale together. Tall spine. And then big releasing exhale. Hands at heart center. Namaste. So thank you guys for joining for that last class 4 with props, wall and chair, etc. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties and for just the busy household right now, but hopefully it didn't distract you too much. So thank you for joining for this whole series. I know it wasn't super fun and flowy, but I hope you learned some drills and some strengthening tips and some flossing tips and all these little random things that might help you along your journey. And please share this series with friends, send them my way, like and subscribe, all that stuff. And I hope your back feels better. Please do these classes periodically just as maintenance work. I think they'll be great and helpful for you. And I will see you next time. Bye guys.